At the beginning of every Human Springs team, Human Springs lesson, and high school practice, we want to see the divers go through a set of 15 skills that are just a standard start to your practice. From the side of the pool, I call these the Fabulous 15. So these are 15 actions that every diver should learn to go through at the beginning of every practice, again, in Human Springs lessons, Human Springs team, and high school. Those skills are from the side of the pool, front lineup, hands grabbed, or from a tee, rainbow dive, and front dive tuck. Now, at Kennedy Shriver, you can use the mini tramp and do front dive open pike, front dive hollow, and front dive tuck. At Germantown only and MLK, we can use the blocks off the side of the pool and do our skills off those blocks. At Kennedy Shriver, we can also just use a stack of mats on the side of the pool. We can use stack of mats on the side of the pool at every pool, because we have those mats ready to go, and that's what they're for. So let's talk about what these skills are. We've got 3 different skills. We're going to do each one of them 5 times, and that's what makes up the 15 in the Fabulous 15. Front line up with our hands grabbed or from a tee. We're going to emphasize form, feet together, toes pointed, knees locked. For Pete's sake, by the end of the session, we ought to be able to see every kid go through the water on a front lineup with their feet together and their legs straight. No flopping around. They should also know how to grab a flat hand and put it on the water. On a front lineup with your hands grabbed, a flug, you should have your hands together, covering your ears, and land with that flat hand on the surface of the water. The standard is to teach grabbing right at the first knuckle, and then if that doesn't work for the child, then you can move the hand around and try different things. The one thing we cannot see is this business where they're grabbing behind the thumb. It should always be in front of the thumb, right? There, okay? So on front lineup grabbed, flugs and fluts, we want to see form and flat hand. Good form, good flat hand. Then on rainbow dives or hollow dives, that's where they stand, their hands are grabbed, their knees are bent, and then they just push up and dive down, a hollow dive or a rainbow dive. Now when they do that skill, we are looking for head position as they push. The big mistake that kids make is that as they're straightening their knees, they're also looking down at their entry point, and it causes the dive to flop over forever. Divers have to learn how to look straight forward as they push with their legs. So the head stays stable until they're off the wall, then their eyes shift down to the entry point. Okay? So rainbow dives or hollow dives, it's head position and then deep and underwater. So they're going to hit the water, they're going to go deep, and they're going to curve back. Okay? So up, hit, and it just curves in that same shape all the way up and down under. Okay? So you're paying attention to the path that the diver takes underwater and teaching them to steer underwater. No twisting and no scooping. Okay? Then the front dive tucks, we're looking for sharp tuck position and underwater, completely underwater, and then starting to learn that pike position underwater. So their entire body goes under and then they pike. Okay? So tuck position and pike underwater. So again, 3 skills. You've got your front lineup, you've got your front dive hollow, you've got your front dive tuck. On each one of those skills, we can work on some different areas of emphasis. On the front lineup, you're talking about form and flat hand. On the hollow dive, you're talking about head position and following the correct path underwater. On front dive tuck, you can emphasize tight tuck position, again with the correct path underwater. The other thing that we really want to see on front dive tuck is head still as they start to push off. So again, just like with the hollow dive, you're not looking down at the entry point until after you've pushed off the wall, okay, or the block, or the mat, or the mini tramp. All of those things. We're seeing entirely too many divers looking down while they're pushing, and it causes them to lose control, and they're going to have a very difficult time consistently finding vertical. Okay, so those are your 3 skills. That's your Fabulous 15, and we ask that all coaches in all classes teach Fabulous 15 to all the divers. There may be some beginner kids who have a tough time with front dive tuck, and in that case, you can stand behind them, put your hands on their hips, and help them through it. So you lift them up, they tuck, and then they kick, and then they dive in. So you stand behind them, spot them by the hips, up and in, and dive in. And I will this week I'll make a video of that so that you guys can see it, and that'll hopefully help you to sort that out. But those are the 3 skills in the Fabulous 15, and let's consistently use that across the board. Again, you can use the mini tramp, you can go straight off the side of the pool, you can go off of a stacked mat off the side of the pool, you can use the 1 meter platform for your Fabulous 15, anywhere you want, as long as they're doing it. Thanks.